Hi, this is Frida. Welcome to my channel. Today I will be demonstrating how to knit this lovely stitch. I am calling this the Dandelion stitch. And this is I will be doing the demonstration for the cardigan that I have planning to knit. So it's going to be top down, and this is how it's going to look like, just to give you an idea. So either you can knit it like this, bottom up, or you can knit it top down on the opposite. To knit this stitch, you need to cast on multiple of 6 plus 2 and plus 2 for the for the 2 edges. So let's get started. Grab your yarn, your desired yarn, cast on total of 22. I'm going to be doing 22 stitches as I have done on here, and we will start right away for the stitch. So grab your yarn, just check on the label what kind of knitting needle you would be needing. So let's get started. Okay, so I have cast on total of 22 stitches. We are going to start where the stems are, the flower stems. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stems that we're going to be creating to start the stitch. So what we're going to do is, let me get this closer. I'm just gonna skip this one, and I'm gonna knit 2 stitches, yarn on the back, and then I'm gonna slip this one, slide it without knitting, and I'm gonna knit 2, yarn on the back, and slip. So these slips are going to be the stems of the flowers, and we start the pattern, the stitch, on the back of the work, just to let you know, so don't get confused. Oopsie, what did I do? Okay, slide, knit 2, slide, knit 2. Maybe I should move this if you're getting distracted. Slide, and it will get tight because of the sliding that we're not knitting. So your knitting will get tight, but don't worry about it. If you notice it's getting very tight, try to use bigger needles. I do get comments. So if you're a tight knitter, just skip to a bigger knitting needle, and that will get rid of that tightness. Okay, slip. And then knit the last stitch, just like this. Okay. So this is the front of the work. And what we're going to do is, we're going to knit. We're going to purl the 2 stitches that we did knit. And remember, we did a slide, so we're going to grab that. So what we did is, remember we did the slide, so I'm just going to put this here. And I'm going to knit these 2 together just like this. So I'm going to purl these 2, and I'm going to slip. I'm going to show another way to do this. This is one of the ways that I do it. Or if you don't like it, I'll show another way to do it. So just put this back here. So I'm knitting these 2 stitches together, the one that I did the slide. So what happens is that this knit stitch is going to be bigger, as you can see on the sample of that I have knitted. It gets bigger than regular knit stitches, just to give you an idea. So this is one of the tricks, and you just do the purl stitch just like this, and then you grab these, knit 2, You just grab this, and I grab it like this, and I knit these two together. If you say, oh, I don't like this, I don't like the way to knit this, I will show another trick. Knit two, and then slide this one just like this, and then knit two and finish it. Okay, the border. Okay, so we finished row 2 and we're going to do row 3. Okay, so I'll show you a second way to do that slip thing, the slip yarn. Okay, so I'm skipping, so we're just going to repeat row 1, and as you can see, this becomes like a rib stitch, just like that. 2 knit, 1 purl. So I'm slipping this one, and I'm going to knit these 2 stitches. Remember, we didn't knit this one, so this you can do it like a yarn over, just like this. Like a yarn over. This is another way to knit if you don't like my first method. Oops, I did extra. 2 knit, 1 slip, yarn over, 1 slip the stitch, 2 knit, and you go all the way to the end, and I'll meet you. Here we're going to start making daisies as here. So we're going to start making these daisies. Not daisies, dandelion. Or you can call it daisy, whichever you wish. Because we have lots and lots of dandelions in our yard. Weed everywhere. Okay, so just going to skip the first, and I'm going to knit yarn on the front, the 2 stitches. Okay, so here we go in between, so I grab it and I do a knit and I do a yarn over. I do a knit, 3, I do a yarn over, 4, I do a knit, and so I have a total of 5 stitches. And I'm going to knit the 2, and I'm just going to knit this in between. I'm not making that a daisy because I'm going to be skipping one. See, so I'm skipping this one, and I'm making the dandelion on the next, skipping one and making the dandelion on the next. Okay, so I'm going to purl these 2. So I skipped one here, and I'm going to make a dandelion here. So knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, 3, 3, 4, 5. So we're making 5 stitches, and we're just knitting this one, skipping one. We're making 5 stitches to create the dandelion. Okay, so go between, knit 1, yarn over, 2, knit 1, 3, yarn over, 4, and knit 1, 5, just like this. So knit 2 and knit this one and knit the remaining, just like this. So we're done, and we're gonna knit. This is how it looks like so far. Nothing is, the more you knit, the more the dandelions becomes. Okay, so I'm just gonna skip this one. I'm gonna knit these 2. And I'm going to skip this one just like we did previous. And I'll knit these 2. Okay, so I am at the dandelion. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to do pearl, total of 5 stitches that we increased. So I'm going to knit them, yarn on the front, just like this. I'm going to knit these 2, and I'm going to skip this one, just like this, knit these 2, and 3, 4, 5, knit 2, purl the 5 stitches. Oops, I twisted the stitch. Here we go. So I'm knitting the last. Okay, and this is how it looks like so far. Can you see? The dandelions are growing. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna slip this first stitch. Either you can knit or slip, it's up to you. And I'm gonna knit these 2 stitches, yarn on the front, and these 5 stitches I'm gonna just knit them, yarn on the back, 3, 4, 5. Knit the 2, purl, and this one, the flower stem, just gonna grab it in the middle and knit those 2 together, so it gives you that length. Purl 2 stitches and knit 2. 4, 5. Purl 2, knit the 2 stitches. Well, not the 2 stitches, but one is like a yarn over. Knit yarn on the back, the 5 stitches. So this way we're building up the dandelion, so it's growing, the flower part. And this is how it looks like. So we're gonna just knit. We're just growing it. So nothing fancy about it. Gonna have this yarn at the front, slide it, knit the 2 stitches, and purl the 5 stitches. Knit the 2 stitches, slip this, just like this, knit the 2 stitches, and purl the knit the 2, slip it, knit the 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and knit the remaining just like this. Okay, so this is how it looks like at the back, and this is how it looks like from the front. And now, as you can see, the dandelions are growing. So on this row, we're gonna pick these. Okay, so I'm on the row that we're going to be picking these stitches all together. So I slip one and knit yarn on the front. So I'm just gonna slide these here and then knit these 3 together, just like this. Yeah, be cautious, it can be tight. Knitting 3 stitches together, and then I'm just gonna slide these just like these 2 on top of that stitch, and I grab one of the yarn. Here we go. Okay, and I'm just gonna knit yarn on the front, these 2 stitches, and then I'm gonna knit this stitch just like this and knit yarn on the front, purled 2 stitches, and I'm gonna slide the 2 stitches and knit these 3 together. I know it's tight, but the end result is fantastic. Here we go. Doesn't this look nice? The dandelions. Okay, knit yarn on the front and knit the 2, slide the 2 stitches and knit the 3 together, yarn on the front back, and slide the 2 stitches on top of this. If you're feeling uncomfortable, you can use a spare needle if you want, like a cable needle, to help you if you're having trouble, but other than that it's very easy. And this is all to it. So this row is done. Okay, and this is how it looks like. Okay, so we're going to be building the second row of the dandelion. So I'm just gonna knit regularly. What you see is what you knit. Knit 2. Oh, something happened here. What did I do? My yarn split. It happens. It's normal. So just grab it and fix it. Knit that stitch. And then knit that stitch. Here we go. Oops. Because I'm taping, right? Everything happens. Yeah. I don't edit my tutorials, just to let you know. I just tape them and I post them. I don't have time, unfortunately. Okay, so this one I'm going to go just like this, like a yarn over and slip that stitch. And then knit the 2. Again, yarn over, slip that stitch. Yarn over, slip that stitch. So this is all we're doing on this row. Knit 2. Okay, so I'm knitting the last 3 stitches. Just like this. Okay, so now we're done. This looks like a rib when you look at the back. So here we're going to be creating the dandelions. I keep on saying daisy. You can call this a daisy stitch if you want to. No worries. Okay, so I'm going to slip that one. Purl the 2 stitches. Okay, here I see the daisy, so I'm just going to knit this one in between. Just go in between and knit it. Yarn on the back, just like this. And as you can see, when we do that slip thing, this knit becomes longer. It looks like a 3D. That's the main focus. Otherwise, you could just knit that stitch and nothing to worry about. Okay, now here there's no daisy, so we're going to create a daisy stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, knit this one, 2. So it's a daisy stitch. We just the previous is a daisy, so we just knit that stitch. And here there's empty, nothing. So knit 1, yarn over, knit 2, yarn over, knit 3. So we have 5 stitches. Knit the 2, So we're just repeating what we did on this when we created the daisy, and this is all to it. So we're just repeating what we did. Oh, forgot to create the daisy. Don't forget. Okay, so knit 1, yarn over, knit 2, yarn over, knit 3. So we have 5 stitches, and we just knit the rest. Okay, so this is how it looks like so far. And what we did on the daisy row, we do the same. We're just repeating what we did, but we're just changing it around. So we're going to do purl, 2, 3, 4, 5, knit the 2. Okay, we did that. Remember, we did a daisy, so with this one we're just going to slide it, you know, like a yarn over, and then knit the 2. So purl the 5 stitches that we created, knit the 2, slide this one, knit the 2, and purl. So I'm not gonna repeat, I'm not gonna continue knitting. I just wanted to show you how this stitch is done, and it's just to repeat what we have done. So it's the same thing what we did on the first daisy. And this is how it looks like a close-up. So it's just a repeat. Okay. So this is what I will be knitting on the edges of the cardigan. And on the sample that I have already knitted, this is what we're knitting here. So you continue finishing just like we did here on this top. And then we continue slanting. It's like slanting the dandelions. So this is how it's knit up. So please bear with me. I will be starting the cardigan with you, how to knit this lovely cardigan using these 2 stitches that I have started with. So continue watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe to my channel. Share it with your family and friends, and happy knitting!